What's up, Faith Gang? It's your girl Kira here, coming at you with another video. And today's title is Answering the Call. So I'm going to give you a quick little background about me. I am a mom of two boys, and I just recently got divorced October 2024. So what brought me here to surrendering to God is my divorce. So I've always been a church girl. I've always been in church, always been in church since I was a child. Like, my mom did not play that. We were brought up in church. But sometimes when you get older, you go your own way. You don't go as often. You're not as consistent. You kind of fall short. You fall off, whatever the case is. But I started getting back closer to God through my divorce, through losing everything and having to start back over, hitting rock bottom and having to start back over and building myself back up basically from rock bottom. So at this time, me and my husband at the time had separated. So it was just me and the kids. As I told y'all in the last video, I was in a car accident that left me with permanent injuries in my neck and my back. So I wasn't, and still not, working no full-time job. And I had to just figure life out. I really had to figure it out in pain. Regardless of the pain, I still had to figure it out. Why? Because bills do not stop. The bills do not stop, and they do not care about you being in pain. Real life, they do not care about you hurting. They do not care. None of that matters. The bills do not stop. So I was forced to figure out what to do. I had reached the lowest point of my life where I had nothing. And the only person I could depend on was my mama. And there was only so much that she could do. There was only so much she could do. Y'all, I found myself crying in the shower. I was crying in the shower, and that's where I surrendered to God. I said, God, have your way. God, I am putting this in your hands. There is nothing else I can do. There is nothing I could do. I surrendered it all to God. In the shower, that's where I was. In the shower, crying my eyes out because I couldn't figure it out. I could not figure it out. I just gave it to God. I gave it to God because there was nothing more I could do. Like I said, I was already in pain. I was not working. My car had broke down. At the time, I wasn't receiving food stamps. Like, y'all, listen, I hit rock bottom. I hit rock bottom, and it was hard. But baby, I gave that thing over to God because he was the only one who would be able to help me get up out of this. Y'all, I forgot to tell you this part. So I told y'all my hybrid car had went out. My hybrid battery in my Kia Optima had went out. So it cost over $3,000 to get that car fixed. So I had to sell that car off because I didn't have the money to get it fixed. I only had about $5,000 left to pay on the car. So imagine how frustrating that was. Okay, so I took the car and took it to one of those businesses that buy cars back or whatever the case is. And they gave me a good amount for the car, right? So, okay, I had that in my account. And then, I had a business, but I wasn't doing right with the business. I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do with the taxes. Okay? Pay them people your taxes. Pay them taxes like you supposed to. Because, baby, listen. They came and got me. They came and got me. Okay? Everything that was in my account, they froze it. They took it all. They took it all. So I had nothing. My account was on E in the negative, a couple thousand. They took it all. Y'all, when I say I had nothing, I had nothing. It's like, God, why now? Why now? They came and got it all. So my account was in the negative, a couple thousand. Okay, so y'all, when I tell you, I just had to surrender it all to God because I'm like, God, there is nothing else I can do. My back was against the wall, y'all. I had nothing. So the only person I could depend on around that time was my mama. When I tell y'all, I got to give my mama her flowers, because, baby, my mama helped me so much. She helped me so much. And I tell you, my mama had my back. I mean, my mama really had my back. And I'm so grateful to God for her. And I got to give her her flowers while she is here. I got to give my mama her flowers, baby, because there's only so much she could do. But when I tell you, my mama, she reached way down for me. She reached way down for me. If I don't know anybody who had my back, it was my mama. Y'all, and that's why I have made it my business that when I do get up out of whatever it is I'm going through, when I do get up out of it, when that generational wealth start really pouring in, I'm going to have my mama back. I'm going to have my mama back the way she had mine. The only thing my mama ever really asked for was some land and a house. That's all she really ever talked about growing up. That's all I really heard her talk about. And she sacrificed so much for everybody. And she give and give and give. So when I tell you that when I come up, baby, my mama going to have that land and she's going to have that house. And I'm going to make it my business to get it for her. Which is why I told y'all in the last video, with that same program I got, that same investment that I put into that program shows you how to buy land, where to buy the land from. Y'all, I'm telling you, I'm going to build generational wealth with the help of God and this program. I'm going to build generational wealth with this, and I'm going to be able to get my mama that land and that house through this program. Now, if y'all want more information about it, y'all, I'm going to do a whole separate video about this program, because I'm telling y'all, I feel like I hit a gold mine. I feel like I hit a gold mine, and I know for a fact that I'm going to be able to get my mama the things that she really been asking for years. So like I said, my mama had my front, my back, my sides, my everything. My mama had me, okay? She had me. She did the best that she could with what she had. And so with the help of my mama and fasting and praying, y'all, why God brought me up out of that whole IRS situation, okay? God brought me up out of that. By the end of my 3-day fast, God brought me up out of that, okay? God blessed my account back to where I needed it to be so that I can pay those bills off and come out of that rearage that I was in. God know what he is doing. All he asks you to do is to trust him. All he needs you to do is trust him. Y'all, I had nothing. I had nothing, no car, no income coming in. Y'all, I had nothing. And all God asks you to do is to trust him. I had to lean and depend on God, and that's exactly what I did. I said all of that to say this. God is calling you. Will you answer the call? God is calling you to surrender your way for his way. Surrender your will for his will. Surrender your plans for his plan. When your back is against the wall and you really get tired of running and trying to figure it out on your own, surrender it all to God. Answer the call. God is calling you to lean and depend more on him than you are trying to lean and depend on your own way. And the way that you're trying to do it is not going to work. It's not going to work because God is telling you, he is calling you to trust him. Will you have faith in God? Will you trust God's way over your way? Will you trust that his blueprint, God already knows the blueprint of your life from beginning to end. Before you was formed in your mother's womb, he knew you. He already knew you. He already knew that you were going to be suffering. So why won't you lean and depend on him? Yeah, this is why I am grateful for the divorce. I'm grateful for the divorce because that divorce pushed me closer to God. So I have this scripture 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 10. And it says, therefore, I take pleasure in infirmities, in reproaches, in necessities, in persecution, in distress for Christ's sake. For when I am weak, then I am strong. I thank God for this divorce because it pushed me closer to God. And baby, when I was weak, now God has made me strong, because the things that I went through then pushed me closer to God and let me know that I can trust God. I can depend on God. I can give him my anxieties. I turned it all over to God, and I am so much stronger. I am so much wiser. I am so much better mentally, physically, emotionally, because I turned it over to God. Because I decided to trust God with everything in me. I decided to trust God through this whole process. And he showed me that he has never left me and he has never forsaken me. God showed me that I can turn to him in my times of trials and in tribulations. God showed me that once I answered the call, once I answered him telling me that I can depend on him and I can trust him, once I finally gave it all up to him, everything started falling into place. And no, I'm not where I want to be yet, but baby, it's already in the working. It's already in the making. I know for a fact that God got me and God got my kids. Do you understand me? I know for a fact that God is pulling me up out of this. And baby, I'm bringing y'all along on this journey because I need y'all to see it too. I need y'all to see it too. From how I am going from rock bottom, baby, to prospering, baby. I need y'all to see it. Because if God can do it for me, I need y'all to know that he will do it for y'all. Yeah, I got to go get my kids. I got to go pick up my baby from school. So I love y'all so much, but God love you more. And if y'all like this content, I need y'all to like, comment, and subscribe.